So there's a few things to go over in this video, something related to the bar magnet expansion project, just a little thing. Also, there's a piece that I'd kind of implore you to actually go out of your way to get your hands on. It's very common and comes in about 1 billion different colors, so it's a really useful piece when it comes to building. Though I haven't used it, I don't think, in any of my Rahi yet. I plan to, hopefully here soon. Lastly, firstly, I wanted to take you over into Blender really quickly because I am working on a brand new version of Nex's minifigure helmet for Invasion from Below. So the new version is this one right here on the left with the holes in the chin. For scale, this is what Stringer's helmet looks like full size, and these are all the Invasion from Below helmets as of right now. You can also see this with a minifigure head on the inside because I'm trying to make sure that it absolutely fits. There are a couple of things that I still my hands are falling off the keyboard, that I still need to address with it. Most notably, some of these areas here are not actually connected to the helmet right now, so I need to wrap those in a little bit better, but no big deal. In terms of the details, I think I've got just about everything in there that is strictly necessary, and I'm very happy with how it looks aesthetically. For reference, this version right here on the right is the old version that I was working with, which was made solely in Part Designer, and it's still, it does a good job of representing the piece in Studio, but this version is just more structurally integral. For one thing, it's a bit closer to the original, although I do plan on rounding out some of the details just a little bit. And then, of course, it's a little more squat to make sure that it has the clearance for the minifigure head, of course, so when the head is on the body, that it fits properly, because I would plan on this being a piece that is 3D printable. Of course, that still has some things to worry about, so I've still got some non-manifold edges and things I need to take care of, and I'll do my best to do that. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect. If I can print it, that's all that really matters. So very happy with that and how it looks so far. I'm super happy with it, and you can ignore the fact that it's blue. I'm just looking for inside normals and outside normals. If you don't know what Blender is, or if you don't know what normals are in general, you don't have to worry about any of that. It's not actually blue. Anyway, with all that said, though, I have a couple of other things here. So I actually picked up a few of these recently. And first things first, one piece that I would also suggest getting your hands on if you really like shields on characters, and I'm a big fan of round shields like this, to be honest. I really want to get one of the Ninjago, actually. More specifically, I want to get my hands on the Captain America one from the CCBS system because it's printed over a white shield, but it doesn't have the studs. And I'd like to honestly just remove the printing from it so I can have a completely smooth white shield for my Kopaka Mystica build, but that's down the road. However, this version, which is a pretty popular one in the Bionicle community, and I can see why, it's a gorgeous shield. I don't remember what set this is from. I feel like it's from Ninjago, but don't quote me on that. But it is a gorgeous piece in general. It's a white dish, the exact same size as Kopaka Nuva's here. So you could even switch this one out for Kopaka Nuva if you wanted. And you get the drum lacquer gold on the outside, but then you also get this really nice printing on the inside here, which has like a vague sort of semblance to something techno or something futuristic, if you want to see it that way. But also the red on there, which shows up really well on the camera here, is a nice nod to Tahu. It's a nice nod to Makuta having red and black, and of course having 6 sides. It's a good nod to Bionicle in general. I can really see why people use this one so much on Takanuva Mox. It is a beautiful piece, but it's not the only dish that I picked up, because there are a lot of printed dishes from Bionicle. So one that I picked up, and I didn't know the size of it when I got it. I just saw it. I saw that it was pretty inexpensive, and I know that I'm doing the Bar Magnet expansion project, was this one right here. It's a Compass Rose. And I love it. It's kind of this sepia tone sort of thing. Although it's a bit small, it'd be hard to use for a full-size character. Something I came up with, which is really simple, is just using a larger dish. In fact, again, the same size as Kopaka Nuva's. And something that I created a long time ago was one of these dishes that utilized the Rakshi spines. However, in this case, I just tested this and it worked. So I wanted to go ahead and show it off to you. Is I just put the spine in there, just kind of hold it in place, and then attach a bushing to the studs on the opposite side of this, which you can do with bushings, just a fun thing to know. And then when I push the two together, if I put a bushing on this one as well, or anything to hold it in the hand, it will actually lock that spine in place. So you can use this. Obviously, you could have a spine on the top and a spine on the bottom. Right now, it kind of looks a little bit like eyelashes, which I think is funny. but it's a really cool aesthetic, and I've actually got it pushed down a little bit further than I want, but it works really well, and it gives you a spiked shield that's a bit larger for a full-size character. So maybe this is what will pop up. I don't know. Obviously, we got the white Roxy spine on the Vikings set from the Midgard Serpent all the way back in, I think, 2006. Don't quote me on that. So that's another really good use for parts like that. But of course, you don't just have to go with compasses. They also have plenty of clock faces like this one here. Now, this is printed on the inside as well. So this is actually the curved side of the dish, just like the compass is printed on the inside. Well, that's a bit hyperbolic. It's printed on the outside, but it displays on the inside, if that makes more sense. So the printing is actually on this side, but this is what you're seeing. There are other shields that have really cool prints on them. This is one I actually already owned, and there's two different versions of this, one with the crack and the sand blue, and then the other one has like I think a dark azure and no crack. I have both. I just don't know where the other one is right now. So with all that out of the way, what is the piece that I would implore you to get, that I would encourage you to get your hands on? It's actually a really simple piece. I find them all the time when I go to like bulk Lego outlet stores, you know, like Bricks and Minifigs and things like that. And honestly, it's a very simple piece. It's this piece right here. It's a very simple blade sword, and it's a pretty good size overall, being maybe just a little bit shorter than like Tahumata's fire sword here, but it's just very aesthetically simple in its design, very katana-like. However, it also comes in just a bunch of colors from Lego out of the box. This isn't even all of them. And you can find it in bootlegs as well, like this one here, which is sort of a unique coral pink, light coral pink sort of color, which I wish Lego had. This one specifically, I've already covered in its own video because it actually came from a plant, like a Lego botanical thing that I bought, but it's not Lego brand. It was from Five Below, and it was called Block Bouquet. They're like $3, so they're super affordable, and it had some pretty decent pieces in them, and like a bunch of the other sets did as well. I honestly should have bought more, and hopefully will go out of my way, maybe next week, even go on a little excursion to get a handful more of these. But this one here specifically is this nice coral pink color. Everything else from that set matched Lego colors. This one didn't, at least not any colors that I personally own. Does Lego have a color like this? Maybe. I don't know. I know they have coral. It's not exactly that. I know they have bright pink. It's not exactly that. It's somewhere kind of in between, and it's really nice. It's just very pleasing. Coral is one of my favorite colors. So, you know, but when I take these and I just kind of like hold them up all next to each other, I get the vibes of just like a tropical, you know, bird, right? When I just see everything all together for what it is, because it's just got that perfect array of colors, and they're such simple pieces to get. They're so affordable, so inexpensive, and they're just honestly perfect pieces for detailing as well, because just as easily as you can use them for weapons, you can use them as details on a character. They can shape up certain areas along the ribs and along the abdomens, or get you a very subtle curve, or along the back of arms, etc. And honestly, I think they're criminally underused, like really, really underused, because again, they come in just a good amount of colors, a wide range of colors. With the bootlegs out there, obviously you have access to even more, and it's just worth it. So if you want to know the set that this one comes from specifically, again, I did do a video on it. I'll try and link that video at the end of this one, but it is the White Lily from Five Below. I tried looking for it again online last night, but I couldn't find any pictures of the white one specifically. I found the pink one, which doesn't have those, but it does have white like rubber tube pieces that the Kreka has from 2004 Bionicle, and those are pretty expensive pieces if you buy them off Bricklink. So that also might be a worthy purchase, because for $3 you get 4 of them in white, and I think one of them alone on Bricklink is like $6, $7. It's insane. So with all that out of the way, that's really just about everything I wanted to cover. It's just a short and sweet video. I wanted to show you the things that I've been working on in the background. I've got Nex's helmet here just for reference as well. Of course, I got rid of the little side scope. I've never been a big fan of that, and they feel especially egregious on this helmet specifically, especially since it's one of only a few helmets that we got in orange that fit the Glatorian head specifically. Really wish LEGO would have got rid of those. I can remove them on my own, no big deal, but still, it's nice to have it as a reference piece, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, and if you enjoy content like this video specifically, because I know it's a bit different from what I usually do, let me know in the comments. That really helps me to tell me exactly what you guys want to see. And of course, if you have experience not only with these pieces, and I'm especially curious for dish pieces or even printed pieces that you'd like to see in the Bar Magnet expansion project. So pieces that are sort of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a navigation focused, steampunk focused, pirate focused pieces, especially compasses, clockwork stuff, nautical stuff. Let me know that in the comments too, because I'm really looking out for that kind of stuff. I want to get some anchor pieces to experiment with too. And of course, on top of that, if you want to take the conversation further, head on over to Discord, where you'll find, well, for one thing, the next helmet that I'm working on, which is freely available there, and plenty more, all 200 of my Rahi, and 500 other members that you can kind of enjoy and get to know and see their creations as well. You can also check out the Instagram or I keep saying Discord, or Patreon if you want to help support the channel and get some perks. And I'm just gonna go take a nap. I need to. Take care.